Geckos are reptiles that are found on all continents except for Antarctica. It's a bit too cold there for most animals and definitely reptiles. Do you know what reptiles are? Well, reptiles are actually cold-blooded animals that lay eggs, and geckos are colorful lizards, and they have learned to adapt habitats from rainforests to desert all the way to cool mountain slopes, and geckos are typically very small compared to many other lizards. Geckos are shorter than 1 foot long, that's shorter. That's 12-inch ruler that you have at school. And did you know that the lifespan of a gecko can be as much as 30 years? And there are about 1,200 different kinds of geckos all throughout the world. Most of them live in warm countries, but occasionally will live in cool mountain areas during the winter. When the temperature drops below 10 degrees Celsius, they go into partial hibernation, and this part of hibernation is called brumation. Hey guys, what did you know that some kinds of geckos actually get inside people's houses and believe not a lot of people are happy to have them, and this is because geckos eat a lot of insects that also get people's houses that most people don't really want inside, and geckos are believed to be the only lizard that call no, I don't mean on the phone, I mean call by make noises in. Depending on what type of gecko, the noise might be a squeak, maybe a click, or a croak, or hiss, or even sometimes a barking, a roar, and some people think a gecko sounds a bit like a bird or even a frog. Some geckos actually only make sounds during their mating season, and some other types of geckos are noisy and will fight over food as well as their territory where they live.
Gecko stage has many purposes for these little lizards. First, they help balance their weight as they climb branches. Next, geckos also keep extra fat in their tails. This helps them store fat as energy to stay alive when they can find food, and they can also act as camouflage to help them disappear into their environment. One of the biggest benefits of a gecko stage when it comes to potential predator is that geckos are able to share their tails as a predator grabs them. This means that they let their tail break off their body. But don't worry, geckos can regrow its dropped tails, though the new tail will likely be shorter, more blunt, and colored a bit differently than the original tails. Most geckos don't have their eyelid because they cannot blink. They lick their eyes to keep them clean and moist. Well, technically, they are licking the transparent membrane that cover the eyeball. Geckos are actually omnivores. This means that they eat both plants and animals. The geckos like to actually eat a lot of different things. Some of those things are fruit, insects, spider, and even sometimes mice.
With many geckos animals on the IUCN Red List, animal populations are in decline the world over. Depending on the species, their endangered status can range from least concern to critically endangered. Sadly, this habitat is reduced by human intervention. The population of geckos is decreasing as the expansion of mining activities reduces its habitats, representing a single location defined by threats from tourist development such as facilities and clearing of forests for agriculture expansion. An ongoing decline in the extent and quality of forest habitat make it difficult for the gecko to survive. The gecko will lose the habitat. For example, Malayan forest gecko is a species of gecko found in Southeast Asia is endangered due to deforestation for palm oil plantation. Malayan forest gecko, also endangered due to his species, is commonly seen in the pet trade, poses a threat to their survival. while tokay gecko have some protection in different countries throughout their range. While considered common in Cambodia and Thailand, tokay geckos as an endangered species due to the overharvesting of wild animals for use in Asian traditional medicine and global trade in exotic pets. So, will the gecko hold on from extinct? The conservation value of these habitats can no longer be ignored, and as many as possible should be studied before they are systematically destroyed.
Things you can do to save gecko species. Number 1. Learn about endangered gecko species in your area. Teach your friends and family about the wonderful gecko species. Spread the information about the interesting and importance of gecko species. Number 2. Reduce, reuse, and recycle the product. Recycling can be a major plus to helping endangered gecko species. Number 3. Slow down when driving. These are because maybe the gecko species live very near the place can cross the road safely. Number 4. Never purchase product made from gecko. The more you buy, the more gecko species die. Number 5. Do not harassing gecko species. Shooting, trapping, or forcing a threatened gecko species into captivity is cruel and illegal, and that also can lead to their extinction.